Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley, and today we are here to discuss BET Presents The Encore, Season 1, Episode 5. Let me say that this was a fantastic episode. I was thoroughly entertained from beginning to end. The twins need to work on their attitudes. Aubrey can leave. I'm sick of her. I'm tired of Lamisha's whining. Elijah, what the F was that? You were sitting up there playing in our faces, and Elijah, I think that you're so cute. So I was so disappointed to see you lie and not own up to what you said. And I've been trying to avoid not getting on your case, but I have to be fair because the way you try to spin stuff when you were dead wrong was not right whatsoever. So anyhow, let's just get started and jump into this recap because I have quite a lot to say and we don't have a minute to spare. We start off the episode with the twins and Keely cooking up some breakfast. The breakfast looked really good, I might add. And while they're cooking, they're all talking about Aubrey and how she has performed quite poorly as queen. And facts are facts. She has brought absolutely nothing. She came in with so much promise and was a complete letdown. So while they're talking about how entitled and how lazy she is, she's upstairs eavesdropping and she's getting upset at what she's hearing. But all of these ladies love to overhear some stuff that was not meant for them to hear. Aubrey's upset. She gets Lamisha and they go outside to talk. Aubrey lets Lamisha know that she overheard the twins talking about her and she's kind of pissed about it. And we all know that Lamisha can't stand the twins even though they made up a few episodes ago. She will always be on the train to take the twins down by any means necessary. So Lamisha is all too pleased to tell Aubrey, yeah, because they were talking about it last night. And I was like, see, here you go. Here you go trying to throw them under the bus at every single turn. So anyhow, Aubrey goes on to say that the twins are trying to make every single song sound like a Cherish song, and she's kind of over it. Aubrey then goes on to shade even more, talking about there are people in this house who have had bigger success than the twins. In my personal opinion, I honestly feel like all these ladies are on the same level fame-wise. I don't feel like any of them were ever A-list even when they were at their peak. So miss me with, there are other ladies in this house who have had bigger success. And of course, Lamisha is agreeing because like I said, Lamisha can't wait to tear those twins down. You know what the sign of a true hater is? When you have to belittle every single accomplishment that the person has, when you're trying to act like, well, it's really not that great because other people did that and did more. It's like Lamisha is just a hater. And her just agreeing with Aubrey like that, I was like, girl, and what have you done? Like, I understand that you guys feel a way about the twins, but they seem to be the only ones in that house who are still writing for A-list artists right now in 2021, i.e. Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber. I'm just saying. But anyhow, they finished their little side conversation. Sita calls all the ladies into the living room and she starts to ask them about the group name. All the ladies yell out on the count of 3, Blueprint. Aubrey's sitting there on the couch looking like, Blueprint is the name? Like, that's so corny. It's so lame. Like, I'm not feeling the name at all. And I was like, okay, but you forfeit the right to have an opinion about the name when you weren't there as the queen. They were all selecting names and you were in the bed FaceTiming a friend about how you no longer want to be in the house and how you're just over it. So miss me with you criticizing the group name and being so over it because sis, you dropped the ball, so therefore you have no say or no right to give your stupid opinion about what you think the group name should have been. Aubrey, like a few of the other ladies in this house, are very delusional and they also lack accountability. I was kind of like, how dare you feel a way about the group name when you did absolutely nothing. Like, girl, shut up. I want Aubrey to go. I'm just hoping and praying that by next week's episode, she will not be there. Sita then lets them know that they will be having a listening party in front of their ex group members. So they're all kind of shook, like, oh my gosh, like, okay, we really got to tighten up and have some hits out. So then Sita goes on to ask about how it's going with Aubrey as the queen of the house. Everybody's kind of like, yeah, about that. It's not going that great. And we have Lamisha in her confessional saying, I think that Aubrey's great as the queen. I mean, she has such amazing vision. I'm like, okay, she might have a great vision, but did she execute on said vision? No. No, she has not. So therefore, Lamisha, let's use our brain here, Lamisha, and admit that Aubrey failed as queen and did not do a good job. It's a lot of ass kissing going on because there's no way you could tell me with a straight face that Aubrey was a good queen after she did absolutely nothing. I was like, girl, please get out of my face. Y'all, Lamisha grates on my nerves so badly. I mean, she really just grates on my nerves. Sita lets it be known that it is time to vote for a new queen. And everybody's kind of like again, because they are pretty much 0 for 2. Pam didn't do a great job as queen, and Aubrey did absolutely nothing. So it's kind of like third time's the charm, but who next is going to disappoint us? So the ladies go in to cast their votes. Aubrey's delusional self talks about how she's going to vote for herself again. I was like, here you go. Like, you're just so, like, I don't know what the word is for Aubrey, but I don't like her. I really don't. But anyhow, she votes for herself. Shamari is like, absolutely not. Like, Aubrey is not getting my vote this time around because she did absolutely nothing. She very much gave great gowns, beautiful gowns, in the words of Aretha Franklin. Now it's the moment everybody is waiting for. Who is about to replace Aubrey? It turns out to be a 3-way tie between Aubrey, Fallon, and Lamisha. I said, Lamisha, really? Like, on what planet does anybody think that Lamisha would make a good leader? She can't even lead herself. Everybody is shocked by this 3-way tie. Aubrey opens up the queen's mandate and she gets to decide who is now going to be the queen. Of course, since she doesn't like being queen, her and Fallon are on the outs, and Lamisha has been kissing her narrow behind for the longest now. She gives the title on over to Lamisha. Lamisha is just so pleased with herself. She walks on over to the throne, and of course she has to throw out some shade about how as the new queen, she's not going to be shit talking or talking behind people's backs. I was like, Lamisha, you only got the queen title as a technicality. Nobody would truly vote you in as queen. Like, let's be real now. Lamisha just is not proving herself to be a good leader. So I do not think she has what it takes to be the new queen. And Lamisha knows that she doesn't have what it takes to be the new queen. Let's just keep it real, y'all. She just doesn't. And another thing, Lamisha is getting some twisted pleasure, the fact that she's the queen and the twins are not. Because she knows that the twins are dying to be in the lead position. But I'm like, but sis, despite their attitudes being nasty at times, they do have what it takes to lead the group forward. You don't. But again, we're going to watch Lamisha crash and burn, and it's going to be 0 for 3. Now we pivot on over to Felicia and Aubrey trying to clear the air. Felicia wants to know, hey girl, like what's going on? Do we have a problem? Like what's tea? And she confronts Aubrey about, hey, I heard that you were telling Elijah that me and my sister were saying some things about him, and that's not the case. Like, Elijah is our friend. We would never talk about him. Aubrey says, the only reason why I was talking to him was because I wanted to get an outside track for us, and I also wanted to lighten the load. That's it, that's all. You could tell that Felicia was not buying what Aubrey was saying, like, girl, I just don't believe you, but whatever. So Aubrey lays it all out on the line, and she tells Felicia what Elijah was saying about Felicia and Fallon, and how he was saying that he has more hits than them, and how he's not about to get into a dick swinging contest with either of them. Felicia is taken aback. You could tell she's pissed. She's ready to go down there and confront him because she is livid. Like, wait, he said that? Like, what? But you could also tell that she's skeptical because she's like, with all the stuff being talked about in the house behind everybody's back, I really don't know what to believe anymore. And I get it, because in that kind of situation, you really don't know who you can trust and who is really telling the truth about stuff, because 9 times out of 10, if somebody tells you that somebody was talking about you, there's a high probability that they were in on the conversation talking about you as well. So speak of the devil, Cosign and Elijah arrive to the house. They're ready to get to work. They're excited. And of course, the energy turns in 30 seconds. Felicia comes down to the studio and she addresses Elijah immediately. She's like, hey, Aubrey told me what was said about me and Fallon. Is this true? Elijah is taken off guard. Like, he's pissed. He's like, wait, what? Like, I didn't say that. I didn't say anything. I don't know why she would say that. Like, I would never say that. And why would I even say anything about a dick swinging contest when you guys are women? Now, Elijah, I think that you are so cute, and it's paining me to get on you. But Elijah, you know you were dead wrong to lie to Felicia like that. You said that. We all saw you on national TV in last week's episode say those things about them. And here you are lying. And then I didn't like it when Aubrey came down and you were like, why would you say that? Like, why would you be messy like that? Why would you be manipulative like that? I didn't say that. And Aubrey was looking like, now why are you sitting up here lying? Elijah, all you should have said was, you know what, Felicia? I was talking cash money shit about you and Fallon. My feelings were hurt. I was feeling some type of way because I thought that you guys had said XYZ about me. But I did say that. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I hope that we could still be cool going forward. Period, point blank. That's all you should have said. But to sit up there and lie, flat out deny it, and then call Aubrey messy and manipulative when she did not lie whatsoever, that was dead wrong. Aubrey leaves the studio. She's just pissed, all right? She has been called a liar. She's been called messy. She's been called manipulative. She's just over it. Like, she's just done. Elijah, you know you are dead ass wrong for lying like that. A hot, raggedy mess. Of course, the energy has now been shifted. Lamisha says that she does not like being queen. And I'm like, girl, I'm not surprised because you don't know how to lead. But that's neither here nor there. Felicia says, y'all should have just elected me as the queen, to be really honest with you. And of course, here comes Lamisha feeling some type of way because we know that Lamisha is hypersensitive to every single thing that the twins say, think, or do. It's a terrible thing to be so intimidated and to be so insecure around somebody that you take everything that they say personally. Like, it really is sad. Lamisha really places the twins' opinion above hers. And it's evident. There's this inferiority complex that she has when she's around them. She constantly takes everything that they say as a slight to her. Felicia in that moment was not trying to diss Lamisha. She was just saying, I think that things would have worked out better had I been queen. And I think that things would have actually worked out better because, say what you want about the twins, but they do have control. They have a sense of vision and direction for where they see the group going. And for Lamisha to say, you know, it's like you shitted on me when you just said that. It's like, girl, again, stop taking things so personally. One of the best pieces of advice that I have ever gotten in life is stop taking things personally. 9 times out of 10, people are not thinking about you, okay? They're not. They are not out to get you. I promise you. Even folks who have a whole bunch of haters. Most people are not sitting there thinking about you and how to shit on you and how to make you feel bad. And Lamisha needs to get out of her own head and stop taking everything as a personal slight. It's tiring. And this is not even trying to be shady, but Lamisha needs to see somebody. She gets so triggered by everything that Felicia or Fallon says. Like, it's ridiculous. So, of course, Lamisha and Felicia go at it. Cosign has to calm them down, and he lets them know the reason why y'all are having so many issues is because it's too many cooks in the kitchen. And I wholeheartedly agree. It's 9 ladies who have overinflated egos. Some are delusional. Some have little talent. Some are hypersensitive. So that is a recipe for disaster, chaos, and mess. The twins leave the studio. They head upstairs to the kitchen, and they're emotional. They feel like they don't really get any respect in the house, and they want the other ladies to respect them. So while they're talking about that, Irish says that she feels like the twins are quick to throw people away. And while you could look at it from that standpoint, I think that they just don't have the patience to handhold and coddle people, especially grown-ass women who once upon a time were stars in their own right. I honestly feel like Irish and Lamisha are hypersensitive to anything that the twins say because they honestly know that they are lagging behind everybody else. They are the weakest vocalists in the house, and they are also the poorest dancers as well. So I really think that they're both insecure, and they always feel a type of way when it comes to the twins because they know that the twins don't look at them as on the same level or the same tier of talent. And it just is what it is. I mean, if Irish and Lamisha feel some sort of way about the twins, they need to just get over it and they need to better themselves and try to make themselves useful in the group because they're really not bringing a whole lot. That's just the point of the matter. I mean, I can't get any more blunt than that. And that's not even trying to be mean or just to rag on them, but I think that they need to really get over themselves and just put in the work. Now we get to the Where is Aubrey portion of this episode, and I was not amused, entertained, nor did I care where Aubrey went. I think that Aubrey is also bringing a lot of nothing to this group and to this show, and I was like, okay, girl, you want a moment. It's obvious. Nobody cares, so we can just move right on along. Shamari's in the next room FaceTiming her husband and her boys, and we all know that her husband is Ronnie DeVoe from Belle Biv DeVoe and New Edition. He's giving her some pointers and some advice, and then we also find out that they are celebrating their 15th wedding anniversary. Congratulations to them. And side note, a lot of y'all told me in the comments in last week's recap that Shamari is actually pregnant. Now, I haven't heard anything else on the blogs, but I actually wouldn't be surprised because I noticed that she's always like covering her stomach, or she's doing like this with her arms folded over her stomach, or she's like sitting at a certain angle. And I also picked up on the fact that she hasn't drank anything her whole time being in the house. So I was just kind of like, I'm starting to think that Miss Shamari is pregnant again as well. I mean, time will tell, but I would not be surprised. If you guys find out any tea, let me know down in the comments, all right? So Aubrey comes back to the house. I was like, okay, girl, really? Like, where were you? You were behind the mansion in the guest house. Like, you were not in a hotel. Like, just stop it. Some of these antics that these girls do on these reality shows, I'm like, girl, we've all been watching too much reality TV all these years. Please stop with all these little fake stunts because it's embarrassing. Anyhow, she's back in the house. She gives Shamari a big hug and some flowers. She congratulates her on her wedding anniversary, and Shamari says that she's happy that Aubrey's back in the house. Then the twins and Aubrey hug, and they're cool. Everything is all right with the world until it comes to a screeching halt because just like that, things take a turn for the worse. Aubrey, the twins, Keely, and Pam are in the studio. They're discussing ideas about the track list, like what song should they perform first for their group members. So they're all like, okay, I think that we should play Talking first and then Skeletons should be last. Everybody is pretty much in agreement. Cosign arrives and they're telling him their ideas about the set list. He's for it, he likes it a lot. And now here's where things fall off of a cliff. Fallon disagrees with Aubrey and Felicia. She thinks that Skeletons should be first and Talking should be last. The twins go upstairs and they're getting nasty with each other. They cannot agree on what song should go first and what song should go last. And it gets so out of hand that even the other ladies are looking like, oh wow, like even the twins are fighting amongst each other. And they're getting so nasty with each other that I think Felicia's like, you know what, like back up away from me, like don't talk to me like that. Like they are really going in on each other. I was like, oh my gosh. So now the twins go outside with Cosign and Keely and they finally, after more arguing, come to an agreement. I was like, this could have been so simple. It did not have to get so nasty. And here are my thoughts regarding the twins. I just want them to take a breath and to not react so volatile every time they disagree about something. Like, I get that you're passionate about your work. I get that you are really excited and you get heated in the moment, but your first resort cannot be to scream, yell, start cursing, and throw a tantrum like you're 3 years old about stuff. It's very annoying. Now we get back to the studio and it's Aubrey, Lamisha, and Pam sitting there discussing the track list. Aubrey lets it be known that they don't have enough songs, to be really honest. Like, they need some more. There's not enough hits in the arsenal. And of course, Fallon overhears Aubrey saying that and she runs up to her sister to let her sister know what was said, and Felicia is livid. I said, Fallon, why did you have to tell your sister that? Like, I don't understand why you had to say anything. You already know your sister's about to go off and really light into them. I was like, that's not really how it was said anyway. Like, you made it sound worse than what it was. All she was saying was that, hey, we just don't have enough songs, in my opinion. I think that we really need some more. That's not anything bad or evil to say. It's the truth. The twins are talented, but their attitudes can be very nasty. And along with that, they're also hypersensitive as well because they can dish it out, but they have a hard time taking it sometimes because that little piece of criticism should not have warranted what happened next. Felicia goes downstairs and she lets Aubrey have it. She says, Fallon told me that you were sitting here talking shit about my songs. I was like, girl, are we really gonna do this? Like, y'all just got done arguing with each other. Now y'all gonna set it off once more? So, of course, it turns into World War III. Pam is so over it. Pam is like, not again. I can't take another argument. And she leaves. She's very much like, shout out to everybody. I had fun. Like, she is just not here for the constant arguing. Lamisha starts hollering about how the twins are the leads on every single song and how it's not fair and how she only gets a few bars on each song while everybody else gets 4 bars. And it's like, once again, Lamisha, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you can't sing. That's the reason why you're only getting 2 bars in a song, because the vocal ability is non-existent. But anyhow, I digress. So they keep going back and forth. Nothing is getting solved. There's more yelling, more arguing. And the twins storm off. They're pissed. The episode ends with the twins screaming that they want to be taken off all the records. They don't want to do shit else for this group. They're tired. They're over it. They just want to leave. Like, they are just too through. This was a good episode. I mean, I was entertained, but also very annoyed at the same time. I guess I'm just tired of 30, 40, and 50-year-old women screaming at the top of their lungs and acting like they can't come to an agreement without screaming and yelling. Like, I understand y'all are all artists. I understand that things get heated and y'all are passionate, but it does not always have to go from 0 to 100. And the twins are talented. I will never take that away from them, but they need to work on their delivery and their tone. They need to work on how they speak to people. They can be very insufferable at times, and I was not feeling how Felicia went off at the end. I was just like, sis, it didn't have to blow up and get to that level. It really didn't. But again, y'all, this was my recap. I hope you all enjoyed. You already know what to do. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all later. Bye.